Hi Leo, thanks for joining me for the March of 2018 Taroscope and Animal Totem card reading. We are going to use, as always, the Rock and Roll Tarot deck, and then we'll follow it up with the Beast Mistress Animal Oracle cards. Both are my own creation. So let's get started. I want to tell you guys that there is a kind of a big event this month. The sun is moving into Aries, and that is known as the vernal equinox, also known as the cardinal ingress, the Aries ingress, Ostara. It has a lot of different names, but it's the time when we change seasons. We have 4 a year, cardinal ingresses, which is really what it is. And when we have the cardinal ingress, that is when the seasons change. And when there's a season, when the seasons change, there's a change, there's a shift. There's a shift in the energy. So it's a new beginning. It's spring in the northern hemisphere and it's fall in the southern, but no matter where you're at, up or down there, it also, it's going to be a new beginning. Because Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac, and then we come around to Aries, which is the first sign of the zodiac, or the new, okay? So, it's a new time, new beginnings. Seeds are coming up. All the spring festivals of all the religions, even going back to the Ides of March, it all has to do with new beginnings and celebrating the planting of the new seeds and the planet coming back to life. Well, really, of course, it's the northern hemisphere, but, coming back to life after a time of, what's the dog's growling at something? What are you growling at, Rocco? Coming back to life, I'm sorry about that. Coming back to life, it looks kind of weird, it looks kind of skewed, and I'm not sure what I have to do to fix that. Do I have to turn it a little? Doesn't look like it's sort of, it's on an angle, but it's certainly not. I'm on a flat surface. Well, we're just going to have to roll with it. I'm not going to mess with the camera anymore. Sorry about that, Leo. Anyways, so it's a time of new beginning no matter where you live. That's what I was trying to get to. Things are moving. This is the 3rd or 4th reading that this card is shown out in. And what I was telling everybody, normally I don't even, the box is closed. The whole entire box is closed. I don't even open it. But for some reason I was looking for something and I opened the box and this card was stuck in the bottom. So I have not been using this card in the readings for probably months and months, because I don't put it back in the box. I leave it in here. So it's funny that this came out. I think things are really going to start moving for a lot of people. Things that have been stalled, delayed, blocked are going to break free and start really moving forward for a lot of people. What does this card point at? I always look at it, and it points at another pointing card, actually, the Magician. But the Magician is about things taking control of your life, being in power. Things are, it's all up to you. You've got everything you need, and you're raring to go, and you're ready for anything. The King of Rods is here, and that's probably you, Leo, whether you're male or female. So that's the fire sign person, who is the Leo, the Aries, or the Sagittarius. They are in the upright position, meaning favorable to you if it's an outside force, but I feel for many of you, it's you. It's you, like, looking at this, I've got a plan, I'm ready to move forward with it, and I'm doing it, I'm moving forward. There's a change afoot here. You've got this card in the center and this 8 of Rods is also pointing down here to the 8 of Cups. The 8 of Cups is about leaving something behind, moving on to something into the future. Leaving, this is something that you spend quite a bit of time with, and it can be hard to leave behind, but I always look at what are you leaving behind and what are you going forward to. Now you're going forward towards the Empress, and that's beautiful. The Empress is abundance, fruitfulness, it's the harvest time, so you may not see what you're starting now, these seeds you're planting now, you may not see till the harvest time, which is later in the fall in the Northern Hemisphere. Maybe it's talking about the, for the Southern. I don't want to keep going back and forth with that. I know your guys are moving into fall. But leaving behind the world in reverse, now that's a little tricky, because I feel like the world in reverse is not a bad card. I feel like when the world's in reverse, it's just that you don't see it for all the potential that it really is. But if maybe you didn't, maybe there was a situation that could have been way better, that you didn't see it for the potential that it held, and yet you're moving on. But as long as you're moving on to the Empress, I don't feel like it's anything to worry about. It's not like you're leaving something on the table here. I mean, maybe you are, but whatever you're going toward or going to in the form of the Empress is always going to be better. You know, that's wonderful too. So, and I like that the Empress lines up with the Magician on one side of you and the Empress on the other side of you. So abundance, fertility, hard work, focus, go for it. It's all moving forward for you. And this is a card of moving forward too. Down here we have justice. Justice is usually some kind of legal matter. It says justice has been done. Many times justice is, you know, a legal thing, but it also can just be karmic justice. It's like, you know, enough's enough. You paid your karmic debt, you've experienced whatever this needed to be experienced, and you're free to move on. You have the Strength card here. So it's telling, Strength and Four of Swords are telling us that it's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to be an overnight sensation here. But it will be, you know, it will be very favorable. And it will give, I'm hearing sustenance. Like it's going to give you sustenance for a long time. It's going to be a very solid foundation. A very, you know, something that it could take time to develop. You're going to see the beginnings of it now. Things are moving quickly towards the beginning. But it may take a little time to develop. But it's going to be very, I'm hearing bountiful. You know, I saw beautiful and I heard bountiful. So it's going to be very, you'll be bountiful. You'll be prosperous. It's going to be, you know, it's going to feed you for long time to come. Okay, let's go ahead and get over to our animal totem for our Leo friends. Animal totem for Leo friends. By the way, if you see things, I don't know if I mentioned that, if you see words in these cards, like I saw bountiful, let that happen. Or if you just see the word itself, cup, you know, let that happen, because it's important. I mean, it's spirit kind of talking to you. It's spirit talking to you and showing you things. That's what's kind of magical about these cards. Okay, animal totem for our Leo friends. Animal totem. Stingray. Oh, I just put stingray on a shirt. I am selling those shirts still. If you're interested, you can check on the website. Elegant, electric, fluid, deep, unwavering persistence, ambition, responsible wielding of innate power, maneuvering gracefully through life. Yeah, gracefully. That's the Empress is very graceful too, I would say. I would say she's even maybe the embodiment of grace, you know. And Leos, you guys are very graceful too. You know, you absolutely, definitely are. So, you know, flowing, going with the flow. This card even is with the water, moving through the water. Maybe some of you are actually going to move somewhere where there is a body of water really close by too. That could be too, because this could be moving and it's got water. But, you know, Stingray is very fluid, beauty, grace, bendable, flexible. You know, be ready for anything. That's really what I'm hearing. But, you know, it looks very favorable for you. And I like that this card's showing up for a lot of people here. It keeps flowing out. So I think for a lot of you and many others that it's just been stagnant. It's been stagnant and now it's ready to move forward. So take advantage of this new beginning of the equinox on the 20th. By the way, this card does have a moon on it, so I will mention that we have a full moon in Virgo on the 1st. So full moons are time for fruition and then releasing as it wanes to the new moon on the 17th in Pisces. So we've got the 17th, the new moon, the 20th, the equinox. So that little time frame there, the 17th through the 20th, really powerful time to focus your intention, go after what you want. And I think you're going to see long-term success and comfort could come from this. Okay, everybody, I have many things for sale on my website. There should be some stuff popping up. The books, the decks, both of these decks are available. I wanted to break this out. I have a few adult coloring books, but I think within the Me Too movement, it's positive affirmations, but it's really empowering. It's an empowerment coloring book. And it's coloring, but there's also space for journaling. And there's 30 different ones, you know, pictures, savor, see, sing. You know, I always like that last one of thrive. You know, some are detailed, some are not. And then, and there's space to journal on the bottom of each one of these. Rise, okay. But then I give an example of some positive affirmations. I am beautiful. I am protected. I allow forgiveness. I invite integrity. I believe in myself. I believe I am worthy. I believe I can succeed. So it's I am, I allow, I invite, I believe. And then I give you a page of each to write down your own here. I am, and then you fill it in. You can write it, or you can draw pictures. You can do whatever you want. And it's very powerful to take pen or crayon to hand and actually write on paper. It brings the energy. I mean, typing is one thing, but I still feel like when you write, it's more powerful. I allow, I invite, I believe. And then there's blank pages to write whatever you want. So this is a cool little coloring book that I want to bring out again and remind people of. It's good for young people in your life to empower them, or, you know, within yourself, anybody. So please do check that out, as well as the rest of the stuff. You can find that all on my website. I have decks, books, if you want to get a reading, it's all there. People have been saying they're having trouble finding me. If you hit that subscribe button, then you'll be sure to always find me. You'll get a notification of when things go up, when I put up some new videos. Remember that you are love and beauty incarnate. Have a great new moon, well, an equinox, the great new vernal equinox, a time of new beginnings, and a great month of March. And I'll speak to you soon.